You're watching KSG News as we get you all the latest updates for your exam preparations. We begin with news related to GS Paper 2. This is in connection with Polity. The Lok Sabha passed the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Amendment Bill 2021 by a voice vote. It was passed by the Rajya Sabha on the 8th of February 2021. The bill amends the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019 that bifurcated the former state into union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. It seeks to merge the existing cadre for Indian services officers of J&K with those of Arunachal Pradesh, Goa, Mizoram and Union Territory cadre. So what are the salient features of this bill? This shall enable the government to depute IAS, IPS officers, etc. from other union territories to the UT of Jammu and Kashmir. It is already in force as an ordinance. The bill seeks to amend Section 88 of the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019. This provision prescribed that members of the cadres of IAS, IPS and IFS for the existing state of Jammu and Kashmir shall continue to function on the existing cadres in the newly formed union territories. The bill seeks to amend this provision and make the existing cadre a part of the Arunachal Pradesh, Goa, Mizoram and Union Territories cadre. Consequently, all future allocations of All India Services officers for the UT of Jammu and Kashmir and UT of Ladakh shall be made to Arunachal Pradesh, Goa, Mizoram and Union Territories cadre. Moving on to the MapmyIndia's tie-up with ISRO for mapping. This is in relation to the GS Paper 3. The Indian Space Research Organization or the ISRO has entered into an agreement with MapmyIndia to develop mapping and other location-based services in India, which MapmyIndia suggested could become an alternative to widely used Google Maps and similar products. There are many reasons why Indians are better off with an indigenous solution for maps and geospatial services. Now, what is this all about? MapmyIndia, being a responsible local Indian company, ensures that its maps reflect the true sovereignty of the country, depicting India's borders as per the Government of India, and hosts its maps in India. Calling it a path-breaking milestone towards the objective of Atmanirbhar Bharat, MapmyIndia's end-user maps, apps and services would integrate with ISRO's huge catalogue of satellite imagery and Earth observation data and would be a much better, more detailed and comprehensive as well as privacy-centric, hyperlocal and indigenous mapping solutions for Indians compared to foreign map apps and solutions. Users will be able to see in MapmyIndia's maps and services all of India from a bird's eye point of view and also benefit hugely from the various map-based analytics and insights about weather, pollution, agricultural output, land use changes, flood and landslide disasters, etc. For ISRO, the agreement with MapmyIndia is the latest in a series of partnerships it has entered into recent weeks as part of the efforts to encourage the participation of private companies in the space sector. The government had last year set up a new organization called Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center with the specific objective of helping private players to grow in the space industry. Moving on to international relations, this relates to the GS Paper 2. On the 12th of February 2021, China and Russia pulled out from a United Nations Human Rights Council resolution on the situation in Myanmar following the military coup on the 1st of February. The resolution calls for the release of detained persons, including State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi and President Win Myint. It was approved by consensus during a special session in Geneva on the 12th of February. China, Russia and others pulled out and their envoys said they are disassociating from the resolution. Earlier, UN Special Rapporteur Thomas Andrews had condemned the arbitrary detention of government officials and human rights leaders in Myanmar. He also cited growing reports and photographic evidence that security forces have used live ammunition against protesters. The UNHRC's resolution stressed the need to refrain from violence and fully respect human rights, fundamental freedoms, and the rule of law. On the 1st of February, Myanmar's military staged a coup and overthrew the democratically elected government of the National League for Democracy, alleging voter fraud in November 2020 elections that saw the NLD securing a resounding victory. Meanwhile, Nepal, Hong Kong, and other countries have protested against China for bringing civil unrest to Myanmar. And now we move on to news related to the GS Paper 3. This is in connection with science and technology. An investment manager has said that Canada's main securities regulator has cleared the launch of the world's first Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, providing investors greater access to the cryptocurrency that has sparked an explosion in trading interest. Toronto-based asset management company Purpose Investments said in a statement that the Ontario Securities Commission has approved the launch of Purpose Bitcoin ETF. Now, what is this all about? The ETF will be the first in the world to invest directly in physically settled Bitcoin, not derivatives, allowing investors easy and efficient access to the emerging asset class of cryptocurrency. Investors have been able to trade Bitcoin using future contracts on the CME derivatives exchange. They can also buy closed-end investment funds such as the Bitcoin Fund on the Toronto Stock Exchange. An ETF could offer some advantages to investors such as buying at net asset value rather than at a premium. Bitcoin gained about 63% so far this year and soared roughly 1,130% since mid-March 2020. In the United States, 8 firms have tried without success since 2013 to create a Bitcoin ETF. That's it from our side in this video. Stay tuned to KSG News for more such short, concise and informative videos for your exam preparations.